What's going on, guys? I want to do a short video today, just a few minutes, hopefully I don't ramble on and on, which I have a knack for doing. And I want to talk about a few of the changes that you're going to see on this page from now on. So the main focus of this page will always be grief and healing, right? If I have the page 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, the main focus will still be grief and healing. That's not going to change. So if that's what you come here for, that's not going to change. Don't worry. But there's a lot more that I talk about. There's a lot more that I write about. There's a lot more that I coach, okay? So first things first, before I tell you some of the other creative ideas that I have for the page. The next 6 weeks, I'm going to do a reintroduction type video series, okay? So I'll come on, not long videos, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and I'll talk about a certain topic that I work with clients on, okay? So week 1 will be grief and healing. So next week I'll come on for 5 to 10 minutes and I'll talk a little bit about that. Grief and healing, I'll pick 1 or 2 things I want to touch base on, okay? Week 2, self-esteem and self-worth. You see a little smirk on my face when I bring up week 2. People don't understand how important self-esteem and self-worth are, okay? So we're gonna start talking about that. Again, it's only gonna be a little snippet, but I want you guys to know the things that I work on, the things that I'm going to start talking about more on this page. Week 3 will be dating. If you're watching this video, you're like, well, I'm never dating again. You should probably still watch week 3 because we're gonna talk about how it's okay if you never wanna date again. Also, if you're a non-widowed person and you see my big head scrolling on your newsfeed and you click play and you're like, oh, we're gonna talk about dating, but I'm a non-widowed person, so I'm sure you're gonna talk about dating related to widowed people. Yes and no. I have about 30% of my clients are non-widowed people. And when I talk about self-esteem or dating or any of the other things that I talk about, you don't have to be a widowed person to work with me as a client. You don't have to be a widowed person to follow this page, okay? So week 3 is dating. Week 4, maybe my favorite topic of all, self-sabotage, okay? Some of y'all are watching this and you're like, well, I don't care. I don't want to hear about self-sabotage. You probably one of the people that's self-sabotaging. People don't even realize it. Watch week 4, okay? You're gonna see me really animated on week 4. Week 5 is, that was my water bottle that just went like that, okay. Week 5 is going to be abuse and toxic relationships, okay? So we'll touch base on abuse and toxic relationships, which I work with a lot of clients on. And then week 6 will be purpose, motivation, and goal setting, okay? So I work with clients on a ton of stuff, but those are the 6 kind of main points of focus. Week 1, grief and healing. Week 2, what's week 2? Week 2, not dating. Self-esteem and self-worth. Week 3, dating. Week 4, self-sabotage. Week 5, abuse and toxic relationships. Week 6, purpose, motivation, and goal setting. If you have a question on any of those topics, leave it on here, okay? I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna narrow those things down to a 5 or 10 minute video just to give you a snapshot of what I work on. But one of the things I'm gonna do is probably answer a couple questions. So if you have a question, leave it on this video on the comment section. So that's a 6-week video series I'm gonna do. Here's a couple other quick ideas. I'm gonna let you know of what's coming on the page, and then I'm gonna shut up because I know y'all have ADD and are about to stop the video. I'm going to do what's called a feedback Friday. So not every Friday, but a lot of Fridays from now on, I'm gonna come on, do a short video, a minute or 2, talk about a topic really quick and say, hey, what do you guys think? Give me your feedback, okay? And it's just a way to get more interactive with you. Also let you voice your opinion, maybe vent a little bit, right? So we're gonna do feedback Fridays. I might also do a feel-good Friday. A lot of us are going through a lot of poop right now in our lives, right? Trying to clean up the language. So I might just do a feel-good Friday. We always see things going viral on the internet. babies dancing, all that type of stuff. Once in a while, I'll throw that in there as well. I'm going to do some book discussions, because if you haven't read my books yet, I think you're missing out. So once in a while, I'll come on, read a page of the book, ask you guys for feedback, that type of thing. I'm actually going to do some client interviews. So eventually, I have a client come on. We'll talk a little bit about their story. Yada, yada, yada. I'll do an Ask John thing where a client comes on with me and they interview me and they can ask me anything they want. I don't have to answer it though. What else do I have? I think that's it. I don't know. I forgot my notes. So keep following the page. Tell your mama, tell your friends to follow the page. They don't have to be widowed. Watch the 6-week video series, okay? Most of the people who follow this page have lost somebody. We're going to talk about grief and healing. We're also going to talk about where we go from here, okay? And self-esteem and self-worth are important when you're rebuilding. Understanding dating and relationships. I love working with couples, right? That's important when you're trying to rebuild. Self-sabotage is, because you can self-sabotage your love life. You can also self-sabotage a million other things. Your job, your weight, your health, your friendships, your relationship with your family, everything. Abuse and toxic relationships, purpose, motivation, and goal setting. This stuff is vital to trying to rebuild if you're a widow person, and it's vital to every human out there, whether they're widowed or not. All right, that's what's coming up. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.